Camilla's master plan, how she destroyed Princess Diana to take the throne. For decades, Camilla Parker Bowles was labeled as the other woman, the woman who tore apart King Charles and Princess Diana's marriage. But what if Camilla didn't just fall into this role by accident? What if she carefully plotted every step of her rise to power, manipulating the royal family and King Charles himself to secure the throne? From her early years of ambition to her calculated moves to gain King Charles' heart, this isn't just a royal affair. This is a master plan that led to Camilla becoming Queen Consort. Stay with us till the end of this video as we explore and expose the shocking secrets behind Camilla's rise and how she outsmarted everyone to claim her place beside King Charles. Number 1. Camilla's childhood, how she was raised to marry power. Camilla's story didn't start with King Charles. It started in the lap of luxury, but with a very specific goal in mind: marrying into power. Born into a wealthy British family, Camilla was surrounded by aristocracy from an early age. But she wasn't just raised to be a society woman. She was raised with ambition. Her great-grandmother Alice Keppel was the mistress of King Edward VII, a woman who wielded incredible power behind the scenes despite not being queen. This set the stage for Camilla's understanding that sometimes being the other woman could be just as valuable as being married to the crown. From a young age, Camilla was taught to understand the delicate balance of power and how to use relationships to her advantage. As she grew older, she became well-versed in the world of the British elite, knowing how to play the game of high society. But her real ambition was never about finding a rich husband. It was about finding a way to climb the ranks, marry into the royal family, and secure her future power. Number 2. How Camilla seduced King Charles and manipulated him. When Camilla met King Charles in the early 1970s, it was clear from the start that she wasn't like the other woman he'd known. Camilla was not only attractive, but she also shared a deep understanding of King Charles' insecurities, and she made him feel truly special. Their chemistry was undeniable, but this was more than just a romance. Camilla was strategic. She knew how to make King Charles feel seen and understood in a way no one else did. However, when King Charles was sent off to the Navy, Camilla played her cards carefully. She married Andrew Parker Bowles, but this was far from a happily ever after. Camilla never truly let go of King Charles. While married, she kept their secret affair going, with the knowledge that her position as King Charles' lover was only temporary until the right moment came. When King Charles was pressured into marrying Princess Diana in the early 1980s, Camilla stayed in the background. But her influence over King Charles never waned. She subtly manipulated him, making him feel guilty, confused, and emotionally dependent on her. It was all part of a long game that she was willing to play, no matter the cost. Number 3. The love triangle. How Camilla destroyed Princess Diana's fairy tale. Princess Diana's life when she married King Charles was supposed to be a fairy tale. But as many already know, that fairy tale was shattered long before it ever had the chance to begin. Camilla never disappeared from King Charles' life, despite his marriage to Princess Diana. Instead, she infiltrated their relationship in the most damaging way possible. At first, Princess Diana had no idea about the depth of the affair between Camilla and King Charles, but soon it became impossible to ignore. Princess Diana herself famously said in an interview, "There were 3 of us in this marriage," referring to Camilla's constant presence in their lives. King Charles was torn between his duty as a husband and his desire for Camilla, and Princess Diana was left to suffer in silence. Camilla played the role of a friendly figure, pretending to be Princess Diana's confidant, but all the while, she was working to keep her place in King Charles' life. She slowly chipped away at Princess Diana's mental health, making her feel isolated and unwanted. Camilla knew that if she waited long enough, Princess Diana's fairy tale would crumble, and she'd be there to pick up the pieces. With every scandal, every tear, and every word of support for King Charles, Camilla's grip on his heart tightened. It wasn't just about love anymore. It was about power. Number 4. The royal family's role. Why they allowed the affair. The role of the royal family in this entire drama cannot be ignored. Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip were well aware of King Charles' affair with Camilla. but they did little to intervene. Royal traditions and public expectations were clear. King Charles was expected to marry someone who embodied the ideal princess, someone who would be accepted by the public and the press. Princess Diana fit this mold perfectly, while Camilla did not. Yet, despite the royal family's resistance to Camilla's presence, they turned a blind eye to the affair. They allowed it to continue behind the scenes, with Queen Elizabeth's silence on the matter only adding to the tension. The family was invested in maintaining the appearance of a perfect royal couple, and Camilla was not part of that plan. However, they also knew that the affair wasn't going away. They chose to keep quiet, likely hoping that Princess Diana's youth and inexperience would prevent her from truly understanding the depth of the betrayal. In many ways, the royal family became complicit in the destruction of Princess Diana's happiness. They allowed a situation to persist that was slowly destroying the princess's mental and emotional well-being. The truth was clear. Camilla was not just a rival. She was the one who would ultimately win, with the silent approval of the monarchy. Number 5. Princess Diana's private suffering, the scandals that broke her. Behind the closed doors of the royal family, Princess Diana was not the picture-perfect princess that the media portrayed. She was a woman in turmoil, struggling with loneliness, mental health issues, and the constant betrayal by her husband. Princess Diana's bulimia and anxiety were not just symptoms of royal life. They were the result of years of emotional neglect and betrayal, much of it at the hands of Camilla. As the affair between King Charles and Camilla became more public, Princess Diana found herself on the receiving end of cruel tabloid headlines and public scrutiny. The press, which had once adored her, began to turn against her, while Camilla and King Charles continued their secretive relationship. The emotional toll on Princess Diana was immense. Princess Diana once confided in friends, "I was a threat, and they saw me as a problem." In many ways, she was right. Princess Diana's presence in King Charles' life posed a direct challenge to Camilla's long-term plan. The more Princess Diana suffered, the more Camilla's position grew secure. For Camilla, it wasn't just about keeping her affair with King Charles alive. It was about making sure that Princess Diana would no longer be an obstacle to her becoming queen. Number 6. The divorce, the scandal, and Princess Diana's tragic end. The pressure for a divorce was building, and it came to a head in 1996. The royal family, despite their reluctance, finally pushed for a divorce between King Charles and Princess Diana. By then, Princess Diana had become a global symbol of compassion and grace, but privately, her life was in shambles. Meanwhile, Camilla continued her calculated manipulation of King Charles, encouraging him to end his marriage to Princess Diana and take the next step in their relationship. Princess Diana's tell-all interview with Martin Bashir in 1995 was a game-changer, revealing the truth about her marriage and Camilla's role in her unhappiness. In it, Princess Diana famously said, "There were 3 of us in this marriage," exposing the affair for the world to see. It was a devastating blow to the monarchy, but it was also the moment that solidified Camilla's place in King Charles' life. Only a year after Princess Diana's divorce, the world was rocked by the tragic news of her death in a car crash in Paris. The public reaction was overwhelming, and many blamed the media's relentless pursuit of Princess Diana for driving her to despair. But in the aftermath, as the royal family grieved, Camilla began her quiet rise to prominence. Her presence by King Charles' side was no longer a secret. While the world mourned Princess Diana, Camilla began positioning herself for the future. Number 7. How Camilla survived the public backlash. After Princess Diana's death, Camilla became one of the most hated women in Britain. The public vilified her as the one who broke up a marriage and caused irreparable harm to Princess Diana. For years, Camilla was kept out of the public eye, her image carefully controlled by the royal family. She was seen as a symbol of betrayal, and any attempt to bring her into the spotlight was met with widespread condemnation. However, Camilla wasn't going to fade into obscurity. She carefully worked behind the scenes to rebuild her reputation. It wasn't an overnight transformation, but over time, she began to take on more royal duties. The media, once focused on attacking her, slowly began to soften their stance, recognizing her charitable work and sense of duty. Despite the intense backlash, Camilla never wavered in her commitment to King Charles. She stood by him through thick and thin, and in doing so, began to show the British public that she wasn't just a villain. She was loyal, supportive, and willing to work hard for her place within the royal family. Still, the public opinion remained divided. Many couldn't forget the past, and for some, Camilla would always be the other woman who destroyed Princess Diana's fairy tale. Number 8. The PR strategy: how Camilla was rebranded. By the early 2000s, Camilla had a long road ahead of her if she ever hoped to be fully accepted by the British public. The royal family's PR machine went into overdrive, working tirelessly to rebrand her image from the homewrecker to a woman of dignity, loyalty, and royal grace. Every appearance she made was meticulously crafted to showcase her growing commitment to royal duties and to prove that she could be a worthy consort to King Charles. Camilla began to take on more public responsibilities, attending charity events and official functions with King Charles. Her efforts to engage with the public were careful and deliberate, designed to show her caring side and to emphasize her role in supporting King Charles rather than seeking the spotlight for herself. The public image of Camilla as a woman of duty, a quiet strength, and a stable presence by King Charles' side began to take root. Her rebranding was slow but effective. By the time she and King Charles married in 2005, the media's perception had shifted somewhat. Although some still saw her as the villain in Princess Diana's story, there were those who began to see her as someone who had persevered, survived the scrutiny, and ultimately earned her place in the royal family. Number 9. The secret meeting: how the Queen finally accepted Camilla. Perhaps one of the most pivotal moments in Camilla's rise came when she was finally accepted by Queen Elizabeth. For years, the Queen had refused to publicly acknowledge Camilla, and for a time, it seemed that Camilla's relationship with King Charles might always remain just that, an unofficial, controversial partnership. But in 2000, a breakthrough occurred. Camilla and the Queen finally met face to face. The meeting, reportedly years in the making, was a significant moment in royal history. Camilla had proven her loyalty to King Charles and, to some extent, to the crown. She had withstood years of public hatred and emerged stronger. Insiders say that the Queen's change of heart was not just about accepting Camilla as King Charles' partner, but about acknowledging the reality of the situation. Camilla was here to stay, and she'd earned her place in the royal family. The Queen's approval of Camilla was a crucial step in her path to becoming Queen Consort. It marked the moment when the royal family, once so opposed to Camilla, began to accept her as an integral part of the monarchy's future. It wasn't a simple reconciliation, but a necessary one for the survival of the institution, which was now firmly looking towards the next generation of royals. Number 10. The marriage that changed everything: King Charles and Camilla's wedding. In 2005, King Charles and Camilla's marriage was a milestone that changed the royal landscape forever. While it was a subdued ceremony compared to other royal weddings, it marked the official acknowledgement of their relationship. Despite the years of scandal and controversy, the wedding symbolized a new chapter for the couple, and by extension, for the royal family. Public reaction to the marriage was mixed. Some celebrated it as a triumph of love and loyalty, while others saw it as a final betrayal of Princess Diana's memory. The royal family, cautious as ever, refrained from making a huge spectacle out of the event. But it was clear that the marriage was the culmination of Camilla's long strategic journey. Her wedding to King Charles was not just about love. It was about securing her position as the future Queen Consort. With the Queen's approval and the media's grudging acceptance, Camilla's place in history was sealed. However, the shadow of Princess Diana would never fully fade. And for some, Camilla's rise to power would always be marred by the pain she caused the beloved princess. Number 11. How Camilla gained power over time. As the years passed, Camilla steadily gained more power and influence within the royal family. Camilla took on a greater role in royal duties, increasingly seen as a strong and dependable figure at King Charles' side. Her public appearances were no longer limited to charity events. She began to attend more high-profile royal engagements, gaining a reputation for her involvement in various causes. This not only solidified her standing within the royal family, but also helped to rebuild her image in the eyes of the public. Her influence over King Charles grew as she became more deeply involved in his personal and professional life. Camilla strategically placed herself as the voice of reason in King Charles' inner circle, quietly asserting herself as the future Queen Consort. Unlike Princess Diana, who was often seen as an outsider to the royal family's traditions, Camilla was familiar with the nuances of royal life and adapted to them seamlessly. While Camilla's power grew, there were still many who resisted the idea of her becoming queen. However, she continued to carefully navigate the complexities of royal life, and her ability to remain composed under pressure earned her the respect of some who had previously doubted her. It was clear that Camilla was no longer just the other woman. She was now a trusted figure within the royal family, steadily moving closer to the throne. Number 12. The final move: how Camilla secured the Queen Consort title. In 2022, Queen Elizabeth made an unexpected and monumental announcement. Camilla would be crowned Queen Consort upon King Charles' ascension to the throne. This declaration was a seismic moment, not just because of the symbolism it carried, but because it marked the final step in Camilla's long journey to the pinnacle of royal power. It was, in many ways, the culmination of her decades-long strategy. For years, there had been speculation about whether Camilla would ever be formally accepted as queen. Some wondered if the public would ever embrace her after the scandals surrounding her relationship with King Charles and the tragic death of Princess Diana. But Queen Elizabeth's endorsement sent a clear message: Camilla had earned her place. The Queen's support for Camilla reflected the reality that King Charles and Camilla were a united front, and the monarchy needed to move forward. Camilla's rise to Queen Consort was not just about her loyalty to King Charles or her ability to endure public backlash. It was about her ability to navigate the complex dynamics of the royal family, earn their respect, and remain steadfast in her commitment to the crown. By securing this title, Camilla had not only solidified her position, but also secured her legacy within the monarchy. Number 13. Prince William and Prince Harry's reaction, still divided. The announcement of Camilla's new role as Queen Consort was not without controversy, especially among the younger members of the royal family. Prince William, King Charles' eldest son, publicly supported the decision, acknowledging Camilla's role in his father's life and their commitment to the monarchy. For Prince William, Camilla was now a part of the royal family, and he accepted this new reality. However, there was a noticeable divide when it came to Prince Harry, who had a much more strained relationship with Camilla. Prince Harry, who had grown up in the shadow of his mother's tragic death, had been vocal about his feelings toward Camilla. He's often expressed his discomfort with the way she entered the family and her role in the aftermath of his mother's divorce from King Charles. While Prince Harry has softened his stance over the years, he's never fully reconciled with Camilla. For him, the scars of Princess Diana's suffering are still fresh, and he's made it clear that Camilla's not a figure he fully accepts. The rift between Prince William and Prince Harry over Camilla highlights the deeper tension within the royal family. While Prince William's come to terms with Camilla's place, Prince Harry remains a symbol of Princess Diana's legacy, and his rejection of Camilla underscores the emotional divide that still exists. Camilla's reign as Queen Consort is not just about public opinion. It's also about the personal dynamics that continue to shape the future of the royal family. Number 14. The public's verdict. Did Camilla win? As Camilla ascends to her new role as Queen Consort, the public's verdict remains divided. For some, Camilla's rise represents the triumph of loyalty, resilience, and patience. She endured years of public scorn and slowly earned her place at King Charles' side. The royal family's decision to make her Queen Consort was a recognition of her contributions to the monarchy and her unwavering support of King Charles. Many see her as a stabilizing force who's well suited to the role of Queen Consort, and over time, her approval ratings have steadily increased. However, there will always be a portion of the public who cannot forget Princess Diana's pain. Princess Diana's tragic death, the heartbreaking years she spent in a loveless marriage, and her public suffering are etched in the memory of millions. For these individuals, Camilla will never fully escape the shadow of Princess Diana's legacy. They believe that Camilla's rise to the throne came at a high cost, and that the memory of Princess Diana will forever be tied to her reign. So, did Camilla win? It depends on who you ask. For some, she's proven her worth and earned her place in the royal family. For others, her rise to Queen Consort will always be overshadowed by the pain she caused Princess Diana. The true measure of her success will be how history remembers her. Was she the woman who manipulated her way to the throne, or the woman who stood by King Charles when no one else did? Number 15. Final thoughts. Did Camilla plan this all along? Looking back on Camilla's life and her journey into the heart of the British monarchy, one can't help but wonder, was this all part of a carefully laid out plan? From her early years, she understood the power of relationships and knew how to use them to her advantage. She seduced King Charles, kept him close despite his marriage to Princess Diana, and weathered years of public hatred. Along the way, she cleverly positioned herself as the future Queen Consort, earning the approval of the royal family and slowly rebuilding her image. But was this all intentional? Did Camilla meticulously orchestrate her rise to the throne, or was she simply a woman in love with King Charles, doing whatever it took to be with him? There are compelling arguments for both sides. Her strategic choices, her ability to outlast the public's disapproval, and her eventual acceptance by the royal family suggest that Camilla played a much larger role in her own destiny than she's ever let on. Whether by design or circumstance, Camilla's story is one of perseverance, manipulation, and survival. Did she play the long game all along, or was she simply swept along by the events that unfolded? Either way, Camilla's rise to the throne is now a part of history, and one that will continue to intrigue and divide royal watchers for years to come. So did Camilla really manipulate her way to the throne, or was it all just a series of unfortunate events for Princess Diana? We've uncovered some shocking truths, but now it's your turn. What do you think? Was Camilla's rise to Queen Consort part of a master plan? Or did Princess Diana's tragedy just create the perfect storm for her to step into power? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. If you found this video as interesting as we did, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and until next time, bye!